What's up, normies? It's Clarkson. I am here without Brad because Brad is currently on vacation in Brazil, having the time of his life while I am bleeding internally. And yes, I am actually bleeding internally. I spent the whole week in the hospital. I went to the emergency room because I had some issues, and basically they operated on my stomach while I was awake, and it was the most painful thing that I've ever experienced. But we're gonna get through this, and I'm gonna answer your questions because we gotta put out a members only, and I wanna make sure that even when Brad is gone, this channel is still working. But if you wanna see my wound, no, I'm not gonna show you guys. I have an open wound on my stomach and it's draining fluids. We'll just say that.
I am disgusted.
So while I am sitting here, I might look a little bit robotic. I might look a little drowned out because I've been on IV antibiotics all week and I just got discharged from the hospital last night. But the show must go on. I've got your questions right here on my big computer. Also, we're in my living room, which is fine. How did Brad and I become friends? Well, Brad wanted to make content with me as a creator, and then we just kind of kept making content. Like, that's pretty much what it was. I think it was right after we made like one video together on his channel, and then we did the Jubilee video. Brad also likes to grow his channel a lot by working with other influencers, but then we just kept working together, and then we became friends after that. What kind of music am I into, and is there a specific song that you love the most? That varies depending on my mood. I really love depressing music because it makes me feel something, and I don't normally feel things. So art really is like the only thing that can like make me feel and like feel sad and stuff like that, because I normally bounce back pretty quickly. So I do like listening to sad music, but I don't listen to it that much. Clark, what are you talking about? I mostly listen to pop music. My favorite artist is Katy Perry. So if it's popular, I probably like it. If it's gay, actually I don't like gay music, like the house music. I'm not a fan of that. Am I into art? I'm into not like physical art. You guys, I can barely even record this video without looking in like 5 different directions and acting like a squirrel. You think I can focus on a painting and extrapolate some type of feeling from it? No. Next question. You probably won't see this, but here goes. What motivated you to start becoming more political and speaking out against craziness? I find myself just triggered by a lot of things, and if I keep my mouth shut, I end up taking it out on the people around me and they don't deserve it, so I just speak into the void of the internet. I'm gonna do these pretty quickly. What are some of Brad and I's biggest disagreements? I don't really think we have like big disagreements. I mean, obviously politically, we kind of stand on, we're not ideologically on the same, like, we don't like agree on the same things politically. Maybe our views on like morality and things of that nature, but we don't really have like crazy disagreements that come to the top of my head, because even when we do disagree, I feel like both of us can see each other's perspective logically. At least I think I can. Maybe Brad doesn't listen to me. I don't know. What was your experience as a gay cheerleader? It was just like doing a sport. That's pretty much it. Worst date experience. A guy asked me to on him. So that was easiest $20 I've ever made. Yeah. I'm not allowed to laugh. I'm not supposed to laugh right now because it's gonna make my stomach start bleeding more. Don't worry, it's covered up. It's not leaking on my shirt. What piece of advice lives rent-free in your head? Ooh, there was one, what was it? I think the most recent one is that it was from the Olsen twins, but they told their sister this. No is a full sentence. I think that's right now what's been in my head. You and Brad always joke that you're liberal. What are your main political views that make you lean left sometimes? I would say that I'm like center left when it comes to progressive tax policy. I'm not somebody who thinks taxing the billionaires is gonna solve all of our problems, but I do believe in like a progressive tax code that maxes out around like 27%. Things like that. I don't think that the government is the root of all problems. I don't think that having a small, I don't think that the government, any type of program the government does is bad. I do think that the government can help people, but a lot of the time it doesn't. So that's why I would say I'm center left, because it really just depends on the policy, but I'm not against the government having safety nets and helping people specifically economically. Socially, I feel like most people are center left. I'm not a conservative socially whatsoever. But a lot of times people think that like you're on the right if you just disagree with like non-binary people. And I just think politics encompasses a lot more than that. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're very caught up in the culture where people paint me as right wing just because I'm like the non-binaries. They don't make any sense. Well, not the non-binaries, but like the idea of non-binaries. Have I ever worked with Hannah Cox? No, but Brad has. What are some good ways to make friends with other normal gays in the wild? I'm moving to a very liberal city soon, and I'm nervous about trying to make new friends. Stand on your weed out the bad ones and don't get discouraged, because the minute you get discouraged, you stop looking. But you've got to be able to stand on your.
You better be able to back up your.
That's what it is. You're never gonna find people who are like you if you're not showing who you are. So make sure you are acting authentically, and then the people you are attracting, the ones that stay around, will be good people. A lot of people are like, I'm worried about being this in this friend group. It's like, I can't find any friends that are like me. Well, are you being you in public? Think about that. Does Brad know I'm doing this? Yes, he specifically asked me to. What's the wildest part about being on the political reality TV show? Don't even get me started. They are a mess. It should have been out by now. I don't even know if it's gonna come out anymore. Who is my dream guest? Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue, of course it's Bonnie Blue. God, my stomach hurts. Whose chin is bigger? Clarkson's post-surgery chin embigment or Lily Tino's post-surgery chin reduction? I'm not falling for this rage bait. I think my jaw and chin look great. Lily's is still bigger, but not her. Skincare routine, vitamin C serum in the morning, hyaluronic acid and lotion and all that stuff. Tretinoin at night. Sorry guys, I'm kind of in pain. Do you think gay culture in the US will recover from woke politics and the trans issue take over? You and Brad are younger than me, but still remind me of the LGBT people I grew up with, who had real and often subversive sense of humor and couldn't be bothered with pearl clutching and constantly politicizing every single little thing that happens in a day. What would it take to get these queer to burn out on the virtue signaling, claiming oppression? That's usually not happening. Chill the out and laugh at themselves every once in a while. I think virtue signaling and stuff of that nature will not ever go away. I think we were on a good path for it to go away when MAGA was acting pro-gay and when Republicans were acting pro-gay, but seeing that the pendulum is swinging to the right and now MAGA is becoming very anti-gay, I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Because in order for it to go somewhere, gays on the left have to be challenged by gays on the right. And if you push all of the gays on the right back to the left, then because the right is so homophobic, then I don't think that virtue signaling is really gonna go anywhere. If I had to choose, would I rather date someone with a porn addiction or a cocaine addiction? Well, personally, I wouldn't want to date anybody with any type of addiction because, yeah, this is gonna sound really bad, but if they have a addiction, it's gonna be really hard for me to turn them on, and that would destroy my confidence. If they have a cocaine addiction, the sex would probably be good until their like nose falls off. So if I had to, I think cocaine. I don't think I have enough confidence to be with somebody who can't get hard for me. What are my views on asexuality? I think you're defective. I don't think people are asexual. I think no, people are obviously asexual, especially people who have been traumatized or SA'd. So sure, like asexual, I think is probably a thing, but there's like too many hormones that's job is to like make you, specifically if you're a male. Like I don't know if I believe in asexual males unless they're castrated. I just don't think that's scientifically possible for you not to be attracted to anything unless you have some type of hormone abnormality. I would love to see if an asexual person who got pumped full of hormones stayed asexual, because I don't think that's true. But like when I get pumped full of hormones, I stay gay. So I don't like that being asexual is in the same category as being gay, because I really do think that's an issue if you are asexual. I don't think that should be an identity, if I'm being honest. But like if you're happy like that, by all means, like make that your identity, and it's not my business, but that's just my thought process, and I could be totally wrong. I'm just a judgmental. Have I ever dated a far right or far left person? No. I've slept with somebody on the far right, and I didn't realize he was far right. He was very closeted. Well, he wasn't closeted, but he was like, just got out of a divorce with a woman. I didn't realize how like bigoted and racist he was until after we slept together. So safe to say I ended that. I would never date somebody who is entrenched in radicalism. Like if I would never date somebody who's been radicalized ever, because it shows a lack of critical thinking. And I'm very, very passionate about not devoting yourself to one set of ideas. And I lose respect for people that do that. And if you don't have respect for your partner, it's never gonna work. Who's my favorite YouTubers, streamers besides yourself? I like watching is it Basement Yard? I just started watching that, and I watch Amy Poehler's stuff. As a gay man, what do you think about yaoi/MLM fan fictions and fan media in general? I don't know what you mean there, babes. What's something you look for in a guy? Do I have a type or no? I would say I want to make sure I respect them. So when it comes to your work ethic, I need to respect that. That includes the way you look. Do you keep up with yourself? That includes your career and your job. And once there's respect for you, then I'm good. It's just I have a high threshold for who I would respect as a partner. That's pretty much, and obviously you can't be ugly, but like, I don't really care if you're like mid, as long as you have, like, you take care of your body. So I don't know. What reality show do I enjoy the most? Love Island. Are you kidding? I talk about this all the time. It's Love Island. Yeah. What is your advice to someone to learn to work out and doesn't have money for a personal trainer? I paid a trainer a lot of money, and by the end of all my sessions, I still don't have any idea how to work out alone. I am afraid to look like an idiot and do things wrong at the gym, hence hiring a trainer, then I still know nothing. Well, if you're afraid to look like an idiot when you're starting out something, you're never going to become a master at it.
That was so powerful.
And that's with anything, okay? No matter what you do, when you are a beginner, you're gonna look like an idiot to somebody who is an expert. That is just a thing of life. So until you get over that, you're never going to get where you wanna be. Second of all, there are so many resources online where you can learn from. Jeff Nippard is a great one. Just make sure you're looking at like science-based lifters who are teaching you the basics of lifting. Or when you get to the machines, most of them have QR codes on how to use those machines. And most people aren't looking at you in the gym. And if you are in the gym, and honestly, like the gym seems very intimidating, but most people in the gym, like when somebody asks me how to do a machine, it makes me feel good about myself, and I'm not judging people for asking. The people that I am judging in the gym are, actually, I don't really think there's anybody in the gym that I'm judging besides this one guy who keeps staring at me and then walking to the bathroom. It's this gay guy, and he messages me a lot on dating apps, and I'm like, I don't like you. That's the guy that I'm judging because he's being creepy. Dang it, as much as I like Clarkson, I miss Brad doing the videos. Sally. Are you slow? Don't make me crash out right now, Sally. I miss Brad doing the videos. What is your favorite body part on yourself? Wow. My face or my I don't know. If I could push a button and be completely straight, would I? Absolutely, I would. I was thinking about this last night. I would have such a good dynamic with a woman because men are, they just piss me off sometimes because we're all so horny. Do you secretly hate Brad? Sometimes I have a feeling you don't find his jokes at your expense funny. It's okay, I won't tell him. It'll be your little secret. No, I do not secretly hate Brad. I purposefully self-deprecate, and this is gonna be something that like, I guess only you guys are gonna know. I purposefully self-deprecate and make people feel comfortable to like make fun of me as in the room because I feel like when I don't open that up, a lot of people don't, like they feel intimidated. I don't know. So I'm very okay with self-deprecation. I think as long as it's a good way to keep social lubricant, especially for people who, you know, maybe don't know how to interact with my type of personality at the jump. It's just kind of our dynamic on screen though. Actually, no, Brad does it in person too. But it doesn't bother me. No, not at all. It just shows me I'm still the main character and I'm still what everybody's thinking about. Who are you and what have you done with Clarkson? You look different after switching seats. Must be the lighting or something. Well, I lost 15 pounds, 20 pounds actually. It's actually kind of crazy. I just was looking at my pictures today and I realized how different my face looks when I lost a bunch of weight. So that is probably it. And I obviously had my jaw surgery, but it wasn't even like that noticeable. I was swollen for like 2 months, but it's mostly the fact that I lost 20 pounds. Also, somebody commented and said like, you guys need to switch back. Because my autism or something like that, like doesn't like when you guys switch seats. And I'm so sorry, but like, you guys, we love you, but we can't accommodate every request. We really don't think about which side we're sitting on. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe when we get enough money to like have cameras on each of us that like go back and forth, I think that might solve the problem. Dating advice in the year of our Lord 2026. This is the same advice. I would say I'm going to give the same advice as I gave to the person looking for friends, is that if you want to find the right person for yourself, you need to make sure that you are being yourself and not getting discouraged when people don't like it, because not everybody's going to like you. And more people will not like you if you're actually being yourself, but the ones that do are meant to be there. So that's my dating advice. Don't get discouraged. It's a numbers game. Just stay true to yourself the whole time. Do you think men can really be bisexual? If a guy was, should he say nothing to a woman he dating? I think we're talking about you, aren't we? It's okay. You could just ask me. I don't think withholding that information from the person you're with is a good idea. Your partner is supposed to know everything about you. They are your life partner. If you're bisexual, there is most likely other things that come with that. And you need to be with a partner who accepts all of you. So if you don't feel comfortable enough to tell your partner, that's either a you problem or the partner. Yeah, that's a you problem. Yes, you need to tell your partner. Why do I feel the need to have plastic surgery? Why did I feel the need to have plastic surgery? Because I wanted to look hotter. You know, many people have a problem with plastic surgery, specifically anytime an influencer gets it. And then after it, like, it obviously looks better. You guys only have problems with plastic surgery when people are honest with you, because sometimes a lot of the creators, not everybody, but a lot of your favorite creators, I would say the majority of your favorite creators and actresses and actors are getting plastic surgery. It's just good plastic surgery and you don't notice it. But because you see somebody able to, you know, maybe fix or tweak themselves, a lot of people just automatically say that it's a bad idea to have plastic surgery because it's not accessible to them. And I think that if you want to get plastic surgery to fix a small tweak, as long as you recognize that it could become an obsession and then you could look different like Heidi Montag and look crazy, and you're watching out for that, I think it's fine. And that's exactly what I did. Coming from a non-religious gay, do you believe in the existence of God? I'm aware you don't worship him, which I totally relate to, but like, do you think he ever existed? Who said I don't worship a God? I just believe in the existence of a universal consciousness that we emerge from and that we go back to. That's what I believe in. And I think that religions do their best to try to personify God in a way that human beings can understand, because our brains are not smart enough to actually understand how God works and how the universe works. So we create these stories with people in them so then we can fully understand how things work and to justify our existence. My problem is when people use those stories and take them so literally that they end up taking away human autonomy from other people. So that's my view on, but I would say that my religious beliefs come the closest to Buddhism, but yeah. All right, well, I am bleeding, I think, through my shirt at this point. Yeah. It's in my belly button. I'm sorry that I couldn't like laugh and be funny, because the more I laugh, the more blood comes out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, normies. I love you all. Brad will be back next week, and hopefully I won't be bleeding myself next time we film. Love you guys. Bye.